Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Baynana. This is the first episode, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna start it. But the idea behind Baynana is that most of the times we're focusing on the end products. And so Bainana is for the in betweens. And today I have a full disclaimer, a very close friend of mine with me, Ahlam. And I fear that if I'm going to introduce her, I'll do injustice. So I'm going to let Ahlam introduce herself.
Hi everyone. My name is Ahlam Yusuf. Uh, basically, I'm into data. That's my little short introduction. But yeah, I'm in the tech space. I was always into tech. I always wanted to code. I always loved to code. I started coding in high school, and then the rest is history. Yeah.
That's a very humble take, I would say.
I mean, it is part of it.
Ahlam here is a data scientist. She's also the co-founder of Qaaflah Tech,
Yes.
a Logitech startup. She also works as an ML data engineer, data scientist at Omantel. She's also the ambassador of Cursor
Oh
in
God.
Oman.
Oh God.
So that definitely was a very humble intro.
Oh
I
God.
must
I
say
completely forgot. But yes, I'm a data scientist. Right now, it's more of a data engineer at the moment because with my role, I just keep on changing it in the sense that whatever piques my interest at that moment, and I'm thankful that I have like a job that's flexible. In the sense they're like, oh, you want to experiment with this? Yeah. So I started as a data analyst, went from data analyst, machine learning engineer slash data scientist to data engineer right now. So that's me. And as well as I'm a co-founder of a company called Qaaflah Tech.
Okay. Like, can you tell us about, can you tell the viewers? I know it's really awkward, when you already know the other person.
Yes.
But tell us about your background.
Okay, my background as okay, so I started coding HTML, CSS in high school with JavaScript and all of that, and I just was completely like enamored with the fact that I was able to create something from my hand, from literally my own two hands. Because I remember in school, I remember always wanting to work with my hands. It was more easier for me for the courses that are more practical rather than theoretical. You tell me something theoretical, it's nice, it's important, yeah, but it's a snooze fest for me. I liked working, I liked creating stuff, I liked building stuff and seeing it with my own two eyes. So that's why when I was like, oh, I could code a website. I remember my first little website, it was like orange or pinkish something, and it had just a bunch of hyperlinks just to God knows anywhere, because I'm like, look, I can do a hyperlink. And yeah, that's it. And then I was fortunate enough, as well as my cousin was sort of in the tech industry, in the sense of he was recently graduate when I was still studying. He graduated with a CS degree, and that even broadened my understanding of what I wanted to do. From him explaining what he does, immediately it cemented in my mind. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is it. This is what I'm gonna do. Because it's one thing to do something in class and then not know if you'll make money out of it. Do you get me? Because it's like, okay, I can build this, but is there really like a market? Is there something that's gonna teach me how to do this? And then I was fortunate enough, he opened the way for me. And come high school, I'm like, yeah, I don't care about physics, biology. I don't care about anything. I have math because it was mandatory. It's not bad. I liked math, so that was good. But I was like, I'm gonna take IT, and my mom was like, only IT, and I'm like, yes, ma'am, only IT. She's like, you're not doing that. You need a backup. Take another STEM thing, and take physics or something. And I'm like, fine, I'll do physics, but IT is the main one. And yeah, and then I graduated. I did my bachelor's in computer science, 4 years. I did them in Geotech. I'm a local. Well, by local I mean in Oman, but I did it in Geotech 4 years. I graduated. I got a data analyst job. I was very thankful to get a data analyst job in an Islamic bank in here in Oman. Oh, as well as for my thesis, I actually did like a computer vision project. So somewhere along the line, I had a bunch of professors who are sort of indicated where I wanted to be or guided me in the sense of what I wanted to do. Because with a CS degree, if anyone who does a CS degree, it's very, oh, here's a general of anything. And when I remember when I used to ask my professor, hey, okay, so I'll get a CS degree, where can I work? They're like, anywhere. And I'm like, okay, but where? They're like, anywhere you want. Okay, but where? Doing what? No one gave me an answer.
You have to be specific. Like
Do.
even for me, if you're giving me, instructions,
Yes.
and they're not specific,
Yes.
I'll go into a spiral.
Exactly. Because what do you mean, yeah, your future, you can just work anywhere? Okay, specify. More as in, what would the job title be? What will I be doing? What's my day to day? What's all of that? As well as this is part of the reason why outside of work hours, I do help people in tech basically figure out what they want to do. I mentor people. I think that's like one of the things that I really needed. I really needed a mentor in my life, and I didn't get one. So going through all of that by myself, oh my God, the amount of trial and error and just figuring out, trying everything, failing, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna, I hope no one else goes through this. So that's why with whatever knowledge I know, I always like to take time and help out people who, who just want to be in tech, want to figure it out.
Definitely, because especially like you don't have siblings.
No.
Only child. I'm
Only
the
child.
eldest one.
Yeah.
So of course, like we have to we are the ones paving the path,
Mhm,
and you're
definitely.
kind of like figuring everything out. And although like I'm thankful that I have a lot of family members in tech, just like you, and so thankfully I had them when I was figuring out what degree to choose and all of that. Eventually, I just went with what I wanted, anyways.
All right.
But
That's very important as well.
yes, that's very important.
Yeah.
But then at the very same time, like someone that you can just go to with your problems is very necessary. I just met Alicia. Shout out to Alicia. She's not here today. You're missing out.
Oh.
But Alicia is also, she's in school right now, and one of the most brilliant kids I've met. Someone that I just met for the first time, and I was like, I see it in her. And she's 2 years younger than me, although she acts like I'm an unk.
That's how you make me feel.
So, and any time where, when I'm going to any event or where I feel like she can benefit from it, I like to keep her with me because you have to give back.
That's true.
Again, the knowledge that you learn, if it is not shared with people, has no use.
Exactly. Knowledge is meant to be shared. It's not meant to be guarded and like, oh, like this is my knowledge. No. In order for knowledge, I see it as a living thing. It needs to grow. It needs to spread out. And how does it do that? How does it grow? By being shared with a bunch of people.
Yeah, you don't gatekeep knowledge.
We do not. That's not a thing at all. At all.
And by that, I mean, and also like I wanted to touch, how we have the internet now. All of us, almost every single human being on earth has access to internet.
Yes.
And when it comes to tech, since the boom, we have like so many pathways out there and
Yes.
so many people who are giving advices. My whole feed is full of do this, do
that,
that,
yes.
join this community, that community, and learn from it, and people selling courses and stuff.
Yes.
How do we realize, how do students pave their path? First, understand what their interest is in tech, because again, CS is very general.
Yes.
And when you're going into uni, and now there are, like slightly specific degrees, you're doing bachelor's in AI,
Yes.
bachelor's in
It's
cybersecurity,
cybersec.
and data science and all.
Yes.
How does one understand so that they don't end up in a degree where they're not even interested in what they're doing?
Okay. That's a good question. One thing that I always tell people is look at what you're doing right now. What do you like? Do you get me? Are you artistic? Do you like solving problem using art? Do you get me? Or what problem do you see that you're like, hey, I would like to solve? Those are very important. The reason that I said, for example, artistic, you can go into the UI UX sphere. Do you get me? Where you like to draw stuff, you like to understand the user's behavior and so forth and so on. Even if you're not artistic, but you want to go in that UI route, you can be a UI researcher. Do you get me? So what do you like? Do you like researching? Do you like coding? What type of problem do you like to solve? It's a lot of things that basically that helped me is going back and figuring out what do I like to do? what's the thing that's like, you know what, man, this grinds my gears. I really like this. And when I was in uni, I loved coding. I really loved coding. And then a professor of mine introduced me to machine learning a little bit and computer vision. And I kid you not, once I discovered that, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to do this for the rest of my life. Because what do you mean I get to train a machine to make machine think, look, see, visualize? My thesis project actually was an automatic car license plate recognition. So this was in COVID times. Okay, I was doing my thesis in COVID times, and I remember I was dropping one of my parents off to the airport because they have part of their work is to travel. There was no other way around it. And I remember as I was heading to the barricade, I had to click that little button so that I can get that little, what's it called?
The receipt?
The receipt, like the little card, yeah, with the magnetic film.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm an only child. I only have two parents. And the last thing I would want to do, or anyone would want to do, is like spread any kind of disease to their loved ones. So that really irked me. I was like, is there no better way to do this? Is really there isn't. Now, the technology that I did back then is not like, oh, this is innovative. This is like groundbreaking. It was there. It was out in the West. It just wasn't in Oman yet. And so I took it upon myself to try to bring it in Oman. Well, create a prototype as well and try to bring it in Oman. I even tried to like sell it to like the airport thing. I tried to reach out to people, didn't work out, but it is what it is. So the solution was very simple essentially. Instead of touching that little button, once the car reaches the barricade, the sensors would go off and then we'd read the license plate and then the barricade would open. You go in, you spend like 15 minutes, whatever, X amount of minutes or hours. Once you exit, then the information gets fetched from the database and then it gets calculated your time in, your time out minus your time in to get like, for example, if it's less than 15 minutes, these are like the airport rules. If it's 15 minutes or less, you get it for free. Anything above, you have to pay like 1 riyal and so forth and so on. That was my solution. Easy, simple, effective. It was outside. I just wanted to bring it in. And that's it. And after doing that, I was like, yeah, this is it. I didn't quite stumble into like, I did quite stumble into data science sort of because I knew computer vision, but in Oman, there wasn't a job as a computer vision engineer. So I loved it. I had the passion. I always wanted to go out and and work and study and all of that. Because at that time, now it's way better. Now like the job titles, the companies like Rihal, like I can't remember right now, but the tech startups right now, they're out there. So you getting a job, like a Sabat as well, you getting a job as a machine learning engineer, as a computer vision engineer is completely possible compared to 6 years ago, which is a huge step. So I knew I couldn't do anything with that. So what did I land on, or what I was thankful that it landed on my lap was a data analyst job. And at that time, it wasn't even a data analyst. It wasn't even a title as a data analyst. It was something like, oh, like data wrangler or data clean. Not even, I don't think data was even in the job title. They just told me, hey, this is your job. We have a bunch of data and you just clean it. And then if we need insights, and then that's it. And I was like, okay, did not know what data analyst is. So I started off with Excel sheets, literally doing Excel sheets, cleaning up, figuring out what's the issue, having visualization, creating little charts based on the data and so forth and so on. It wasn't until, by the way, being on LinkedIn, being on all of these like job social media where people post about their work really helps you. It helped me because I didn't know what I was doing was labeled as was data analyst until I saw someone on LinkedIn post about, oh, data analyst, da 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 da. This is your, this is the career path to do this and so forth and so on. And from then, I was able to advance in the sense I got a little bit of a path to figure out that okay, as a data analyst, I can advance way more beyond Excel, even though it's not needed whatever for the job that I was doing. It was completely fine. They were happy, but I wanted to advance. I wanted to improve myself. So I was like, I knew Python beforehand, but I was like, okay, how would I clean, let's say, for example, large data? And I remember that post was specifying like, oh, you need like pandas, like the data science, the data analyst, data science like libraries. You can use Python and all of that, and use stuff like pandas to actually do statistical analysis. This was way before I even learned how to do R, because R is mainly for more statistical analysis, but pandas can be done as well. So it was that, and I was working for 8 months, and I was working in that company for a duration of 8 months. And within the last 3 months, I was focusing on building my, what's it called? Building my technical skills in pandas and so forth and so on with libraries. After the 8 months marked, I realized that I outgrew that place. Yes,
It happened.
it happened. Yes, and this is not a nice thing to tell your parents. Hey, I have a job, but I'm gonna quit and study on my own. Because what do you mean? Be thankful. There's not a lot of people who have a job, and you have a job and you're like, you want to quit? Because essentially that job was sucking my soul. I don't know anyone who works in corporate anything, especially in banking, it can be a little bit soul sucking. As well as I realized that I wasn't doing to my full potential. I was doing it just enough for me to pass by, and the company did not require me to advance further. So I wasn't growing. And you know what they say, if you're not growing, then you need to change your path. Sat down with my parents, had a difficult conversation. Were they happy about it? No, but I'm so thankful that they actually listened to me. They're like, okay, you know what you're doing, even though it's not the best thing, but at least you're doing it. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you, parents. I love you guys.
Love them for it.
Right? So I took time off and I started learning about data science, because at that time, the data analyst was fun and stuff, but I wanted machine learning. I like the title. What do you mean? I train machines and stuff. That sounded so cool. And I get to use stuff like sklearn. What do you mean K to the nearest, K and N? All of these like models? Okay, I see you. I want to be in that. So took time off and I started learning. And I kid you not, I was lost because I did not know what I was learning. I had machine learning. I had deep learning. I remember I have like a digital library, and I kid you not, I had everything in between from zero to ABC to XYZ. I had computer vision, deep learning, machine learning, data analyst, and everything else. Like, oh, TensorFlow. There was at some point where I wanted to do like the TensorFlow certification that was done from Google. I was like, okay, I guess I gotta do it. Because every video was telling me, was like, yeah, if you want to be into machine learning, TensorFlow, Google, certification, get certified. That's how people prove you're legit. And I was like, okay. And I kid you not, again, LinkedIn. I get it that LinkedIn gets a lot of flack that, oh, it's not social media. It's more social media of people boasting about themselves, but it helped me. By people boasting about what they're doing, it helped me figure out what I want to do. So, and as well as I got one job from there. Not many people can say that, but I did. It wasn't even a job. It was more like of a job and a scholarship, sort of, to do my master's. I kid you not, it wasn't raining because it doesn't rain in Oman, but I'm going to be dramatic a little bit. One rainy day, Ahlam is sad, doesn't know what she's doing. She's scrolling on LinkedIn. And I see this opportunity. Oh, women in tech get to study in Barcelona while working. And I saw one of the and I saw one of the what's it called, the courses was you can have, I think for three data scientists, women in tech, like women, 4 cybersec, 1 developer, so forth and so on. And I was like, okay, if the shoe fits, if I get hired, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. What am I gonna do? Even though I had a little bit of imposter syndrome, thinking like, oh my God, will I actually get it? Am I actually good enough?
You miss 1,000% of the
Shots.
chances you don't take.
1,000% agree. And had I not taken that chance, I do not know where I would be. I legit cannot know, because that opportunity completely catapulted my career and the way I think and the way I solve everything basically about my tech career. It really did. it's one of those things that's a pivotal moment in my life, where in my career, where I see, yeah, had I not done that, I wouldn't have gotten here. As same as had I not discussed with my professor about not knowing what to do, and they just casually mentioned we should do just machine learning. I'll never forget it. Dr. Basil Dayani, you were my professor. Till this day, you are the reason I am in data science. You're the reason I am who I am. This man is amazing. I'm sorry, a little bit tangent.
No,
He
please.
he worked in NASA in the 80s.
Oh my God.
He's that good. NASA in the 80s, the peak of every technical advances. He was there. And he's the reason as well I am who I am.
Shout out to the G.
Shout out to you, Professor. I really do appreciate him. He has a special place in my heart. So yeah, so talking to people, reaching out, scrolling, not doom scrolling, but scrolling on social media helped me get to where I am right now. Where were we? Oh, yeah. An opportunity to do your master's in harbor space and work for a company called Phasro. I applied. Okay, I'm worried. Will I get it? Will I not? Because I know everyone saw it because they kept on reposting it. Part of me, I'm like, stop reposting it because I applied. I don't want more people. I don't want competition. At the same time, had they not posted, someone reposted it, I would have not gotten it. So Ahlam, relax. Whatever is meant to be for you, it was meant to be for you. God got you. Also, as well as one of like my career path is like letting go of things and trusting in God. When I let go of my data analyst job, I didn't have anything. I did not know what I'm doing, but I said, you know what? God got me. Do you get me? Yeah.
قدر الله ما شاء فعل. You know, like before we come into this world, every single thing is destined for us.
Every single
What
thing
is
is
the
destined.
use?
Exactly. What is the use of stressing? And this is coming from someone who loves to stress herself up. I have an analytical brain. What can you judge me? I can see all the possibilities. Which one will it go to? But again, going back to Qadar Allah and all of that and believing in God and just saying, you know what? This is not my problem. I leave it to God. That really
What
helps me.
if, like, something I heard someone say recently was that, you know, detaching yourself from whatever that you're praying for or whatever you're aiming for
Yeah.
is how you get stuff.
Yes.
Because you know, like La ilaha illallah,
Mhm.
the only God that there
Yeah.
is Allah.
There
And
is
once
only
you
one.
start obsessing over things and you make that thing the center
You
of
steer
your
away.
being, خلاص, it's gone.
Yes, that's
wouldn't
very
get
true.
it.
You wouldn't get it, and that's absolutely true. As well as again, as someone who, my career is very important to me, and we'll discuss this further. But I sort of had somewhat of a layout in my career how I wanted it to go out, and throughout that journey, there were some things that did not go to happen and absolutely broke me, of me not getting those job opportunities, and I had to, because it was one of those things where I'm like, oh my God, I get this. This is perfect. This is going to open a million more things. Doesn't matter if I wasn't ready. In hindsight, at that time, I wasn't ready. I wasn't there yet. Even though I was able to open the door to that job, I wasn't ready to walk through that door because I wasn't ready yet. And I needed to be put in that position. Now looking back, I see it as, okay, God was like, hey, this is a possibility. I'm just showing you like your future, which I'm still hoping that it happens, but you're just not ready for it now. You're just not ready for it now. I hope now the time comes and I'm ready for it. I think I'm ready for it. Fingers crossed. But yeah, back to doing my master's, waiting. It was a week until they replied to me, but it felt like a month. I'm not even joking because it was one of the things that I was hoping for, that I think that you know, that it was like it was like as if you're in a well and you're like, you don't, and it's all dark and you do not know where you're going at, what you don't know what's up, what's down, and someone throws like this light of like a rope where you can see, and you're hoping that, you know, You get to climb out of it because Ahlam doesn't have a job at the moment. Ahlam wants to be a data scientist, but Ahlam doesn't know how to be a data scientist. Ahlam is flabbergasted with a digital library of all the things I want to be, but I do not know where to start. I'm overwhelmed. I try to start a project and then you hear someone else say, "Hey, no, do this instead." You're like, "Oh, okay, should I be doing that instead?" Which again, we are thankful that we have a lot of information, but at the same time, those information can be very what's the word? Debilitating, because it's too much.
Where were we?
Oh God.
Let's get back. There is a lot of information out on the internet.
Yes. A lot of information out on the internet, especially if you do not know exactly which information. If you can do not know how to filter it out, you'll drown. You'll absolutely drown. So to me, getting that master's, that's to do my master's as well as work, was the life rope. And I was so thankful I was able to get it. I remember I had it was sort of a two-process interview where the university had to accept you first. You had to be good enough to be accepted for the university. You had to do like a test and then get interviewed by them and then get interviewed by the CEO of the company to see if you're right fit for this company. And I'm there like, I think I am. Like, what do you mean? First of all, I'm interviewing with with a CEO. Is there no one else below him, please? Like a CEO at that age? I barely know myself. What am I gonna talk with you? But I was thankful. It was super smooth. They liked me. I liked them back. I liked the company back, and I matched with the company that. So it was multiple companies under it. What's it called? Give me some time. So with that program, there were multiple companies underneath it. It was Phaser, it was Rihal, it was Databot, it was I don't remember the rest, but I remember those three because I made good friends who were from those companies as well. And I was very thankful to get matched with Phaser. And so I was doing my master's in Spain, and then as well as working remotely with Phaser, which was located in Oman. The first few months, the program itself was like on the job training, but you get trained. Your training comes from harbor space, but then you learn. Literally, it was the funnest, the coolest thing that you can ever do. Something that I actually really needed, because you got to learn stuff, and then you get to work and you actually implement it. So you could exactly see how you can solve world problems from that. And it was really eye opening for me in the sense of my technical abilities and seeing how behind I was. Basically, there's nothing wrong with being behind, but it's just like as long as you are aware of it, and I was aware. That was the reason why, to me, that was like a golden egg, because having people who are in the industry who are doing the job, because a lot of our professors were in the industry. They weren't just teaching it like, like a 9 to 5 or whatever. They were in the industry, so they'll come to the class and they'll explain stuff that, hey, this problem, I had an issue right now, let's figure out how to solve it. Really eye-opening. I made a bunch of good friends through it as well, a bunch of amazing, really smart people that helped me, shaped me, whipped me into shape into being a better developer, a better thinker, a better all the above, as well as Phaser as well. I'm forever thankful and indebted to them with that, because hiring people, basically a kid who doesn't know anything, and then giving them like, hey, we give you the power to say your piece. With my time at Phaser really built my confidence in meetings, in the sense of being sure of what I want to say, as well as in being sure in what I want to say in technical way. Because if you know something, if you have the idea, they did give me the space and the courage for me to advocate for what I wanted. And some of the time it was perfect, it would go correctly, and other times no, and that's completely fine. And it's more important, and they will focus more on the failures rather than like the accomplishments, in the sense of, because when you accomplish something, when you succeed, you don't need to learn. You get me? Because you succeeded. So whatever you're doing is correct. But when you fail, that's how you learn how to get better. So without failure, you cannot get better. If all of us were just born like we knew how to do stuff, then we would not have that failures instead of to teach us how to be better.
True. And on that note, like rejection therapy,
Yes.
amazing thing.
Love it.
At this point, I don't care if I get rejected because, for example, even for Baynana,
Yeah.
if I reached out to 15 people,
Yes.
11 of them agreed. Massive
Perfect.
thing. Massive thing.
Perfect.
11 people agreed?
11 people agreed.
I posted something, 35 people saw it. 35
35. That is a lot. We see it as a number on like on LinkedIn or whatever. But imagine trying to speak or telling people 35 something and they like it. That is a lot. That is kudos to you.
And until you don't do it, you never realize the potential that you have within it. Yeah, and even like with applying to things, for example, recently, I applied to Global Shapers. Shout out to Global Shapers.
Shout out to
We're gonna
Global
have an
Shapers.
episode with them, inshallah.
Woo!
So Global Shapers, I saw their page and I saw someone posting about it on his story, and I was like, wow, that's a massive account. I checked
Yes.
out their LinkedIn and I was like, subhanallah, like
Subhanallah.
I don't think I'm gonna get in, but I was like,
never know.
anyways,
Right?
we apply.
What's the
And
worst case to happen? What's the worst scenario? They say
you're gonna
no.
get, yeah.
You
Well, it
already
does not
told no
change
to yourself
anything.
at all. You still wake up tomorrow and you'll still be doing whatever.
Exactly.
Best case scenario, they accept you.
And I was at a very dark point of my year at the time.
Yeah.
And one day I just apply. Okay, I apply. A few of my friends apply. A little while later, this very fine day, I get a text from one of the shapers, and she's like, "Aisha, did you check your emails?" And I was like, "I did not," because I had like finals happening. And so she was like, check your email and reply to us. And I checked the email and they called me in for an open day.
Ooh.
And so even then I was like, they must be like everybody, you know, they would have invited everyone to introduce a, you know, organization, the community and everything. And I checked in with my friends. None of them got the email.
Ooh.
And I was like, okay. And at that day, I was like, I don't know if I want to go because I was feeling very down. But one of my friends pushed me to go.
Shout out to that friend.
Shout out to that friend.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it essentially went to the open day. We had all these activities. A week later, I bump into one of the girls that I met that day. Shout out to Shahad. Shout out to everybody.
Shout everyone.
You know, we are the, you know, everybody that we meet has an effect on us.
Yes.
And we are, and I forgot the word, we're like the reflection.
Yes.
So shout
Whatever
out to everybody.
you put out into the universe is exactly what you know you get back.
Exactly. And yeah, and I met her and she was like, did you check your mails? And I was like, I did not. And she made me check my mails right then and there. And I was called in for an interview.
Wow.
Gave the interview and we were like top 12 out of 120 people.
That's crazy.
It's like top 10%.
That's crazy. Imagine had you not applied.
Had I not
Had
gone.
you not gone. Do you see that?
You never know.
You absolutely never know. Again, whoever's listening to this, if you can, as you're listening, go to LinkedIn, reach out to people. There was a point in my life I would slid into people's DMs and be like, hey, I'm searching for a job. Do you guys have anything? And this is not just in Oman, but outside of Oman as well. And most of them, I gotta know. One or two, they're like, hey, there's this, try it out. Do you get me? And some people even would refer me as well. And I was like, okay, thank you. Did it work out? No. Will I continue to try? Yes, because you never know how many failures you need to get that one yes. And that's something that everyone should be doing because you really never know. You know how they say, oh, your life can change in day or night? It really can. One person says yes and you got it. You're good. You're in. Oh, yeah. Go on.
Okay, and on that note, let's talk about, you know, you shared how you left your job because you didn't feel like you were growing there.
Yes.
It's a corporate environment. You have a designated role that you have to
Yes.
fulfill and khalas, you go home.
Yes.
And then you worked with startups.
Yes.
How was that experience?
Oh, I have a couple of startups under my belt, and absolutely, for anyone who actually truly wants a challenge, go to startups. Because startups, you get to wear multiple hats. It's not just limited to what your role is limited. It's there's literally no limit. Whatever, as long as the company as well, you need to check in with the company and how good they are. But as long as the company they're like, hey, we're supportive, there's no limit to what you can do. And I really love that. And with startups, because you get to be full hands on and involved, as well as there's not a lot of red tapes compared to like corporate life, corporate companies. Corporate companies, there's a bunch of uphill battles, bunch of red tapes that you need to do to get 50 approvals just to move one place to another. But with startups, you don't. There's no red tape. Just a simple yes, you can do it. There you go. I was able to. I'm very thankful that I worked with Phasro. I worked with Zaboon X, as well as Tipple IO, the one that's in Barcelona. So maybe not a lot, but three is a good number.
And now you're working on one yourself.
And now I'm working one on myself. So I guess four.
Yes.
Yes, but with every tech startup that I worked with, I came out polished somehow. It taught me resilience. It taught me how to think outside the box, because solutions do not have like problems. Sorry, do not have a one fit all solution. Do you get me? It's always how creative you can be is how the problem can get solved. And with every single one, it really broadened my perspective and how to look at a problem, how to understand the problem, and how to come up with a solution to that said problem. And if the solution is not fitting, then I need to change my perspective point of view to that problem. That really helped me. For Phasro, I was involved in a bunch of projects I worked with. I helped start a bunch of well, not a bunch, but there's one initiative that I do not know if it's out there or not. I haven't checked it out, but a lot of them really helped me be at the forefront of something, in the sense that I'm confident enough. I know what I'm doing. If I'm wrong, okay, someone will teach me. If I'm right, perfect. Do you get me? But it's okay to ask for help. That's one thing that's very important, because that's something that I was really fearful in the beginning of my career. Because, oh, by asking for help, they'll think I don't know. You don't know. There's nothing wrong. You're there to learn. And I think a lot of people tend to forget that in these companies, sure, they want someone that knows, but they want someone who's willing to learn as well. Do you get me? Because right now, with the buzzword coming in, with AI or the tools and the resources that are out there, you can learn how to do something. Learning how to do a website. Oh, you can use Lovable, you can use whatever, like a basic static website, but not everyone will go out and do it. You get me? Or someone will reach through the website, okay, but completely no backend. Ah, that's not my problem. Whatever. Someone else will be like, hey, I wanted to make it more interaction. I want a backend to this to connect to this front end. So you having that, hey, I want to learn. Hey, I want to do this. It's very important, very very important. As well as, again, this goes back to rejection therapy and all of that, and talking to people and being at the right place at the right time as well, because it's a mixture of luck as well as your passion, what you put into it. Do you get me? You cannot just get lucky or get the job or whatever, or connect to the person, for example, that you mentioned with your shapers, by sitting at home. You absolutely cannot. Reach out to people. Go out. There's an event. Absolutely go out and do that thing. Go out and get connected. Had I, for example, we met with your group, the
Woman in Tech Oman.
women in tech Oman, WITO. But for women in tech, two different people recommended to me to go, and one of them was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go," and then they backed out last minute, and I was like, "Oh, should I go? Should I not?" And I was very thankful I went, and now I met all of you. I met Aisha. I met a lot of people. I met my very good friend now, Khadija,
Shout
Inshallah.
out to
Shout out to
Khadija.
Khadija. Soon to be Dr. Khadija, inshallah.
Inshallah.
That's my doctor. Any little aches, anything, I'm like, Dr. Khadija, please help me. I don't care. But yeah, by me putting myself in that and be like, you know what, being okay with doing things by myself, I'm doing this podcast right now, as well as not waiting to do things with people. That is a big thing. I get it. It's awkward. You want someone's there. You want your little support system, but going out and doing things by yourself, that will open up what's it called, opportunities as well as being build up your confidence in being okay with being with yourself. This is a little bit more mental wellness stuff, but yes, that's something that I built up the core. Well, it was sort of built in me because I'm an only child, so wanting to do stuff and like asking like 1,000 people and then no one being like, oh, I don't want to go. That, you get me? You miss out on a lot of opportunities. So I was like, yeah. So learning how to do things by yourself, going out, being by yourself, and hoping that you get people. Most people want to meet people. They go out to those places to meet like-minded people. And so by you hindering yourself, saying, oh, no one would like me or whatever, you're missing out on what could have been.
And also, you're applying your own opinion on people.
Yes.
I read somewhere about how, like, for example, if we're talking and I say that if I think that you're not going to like me, I'm imposing it
Yes.
on you. I'm thinking bad of you.
Yes.
Why would you not like me?
Why would you not like me? Why do I think that you're not this of a person that you would like me? Like, oh, immediately, whatever, you get me? That's not fair to the other person. That's not fair to you as well. As well as they're saying, there's this thing that I read, they're like, oh, you not being in them and proposing ideas and stuff, you're being selfish in the sense that you're denying the world of your ideas. And that, when I read that, that was like 3-5 years ago, and I was like, what?
I just got goosebumps.
Because it is true. I mean, with technology, with anything that innovation, it's a bunch of people coming together and being like, hey, I'm going to do this, you do that. No invention was built by one person. Everyone needed to contribute in order for the society, for anything to advance. No one did it by themselves. Me sitting here talking about, hey, I did this, I did that. But behind the scene, there were a number of people who helped me, positive or negative. Do you get me? Every no was a direction to something else. Every yes was a door open. Someone saying, hey, your CV is a little bit, pardon my French, can I swear? Can I swear?
I'll have to bleep that out.
Oh, fair enough. Your CV is not the best, is a little bit crooked. How about you fix this or that? That is a direction. That is a simple improvement. Someone's saying, hey, you should get into this, or you're not good at that. Try something else. It's a negative thing, but it's something. Do you get me? Or either you choose to improve or you choose to switch up.
Definitely. Recently, I had this whole falling out with somebody, and it was very depressing. It was a very dark point of my life. But
Yeah.
she made me improve my LinkedIn. Shout out to her for that if you're watching this.
Do you see that? Even the haters help. Oh, gosh.
She helped me out with my LinkedIn, I remember, and it made me fix it up. It made me go deeper into my LinkedIn. And
Love that.
then eventually I helped last time when I went to the event that was happening by GDG Muscat, Dev Fest at Omantel. And two of my friends, I was talking to them, I told them about the events, and then I saw their LinkedIn. I was like, you guys should improve that.
There you go.
There are things, you can do this, you can do that, like make your LinkedIn, use this name, change this line that you have written.
Yes.
And yeah,
Yes.
because I learned something.
There you go.
And that is how, like with every single thing, again, you're the reflection of the people that you meet throughout your life. Even the bad things that happen to you,
Yes.
they make you learn a lesson. And if you don't learn that lesson then God will make you go through that same thing again and again
until you learn it.
until you learn it.
Until you learn it. So keeping yourself out there in the sense of I know someone right now who has 2 years of experience, and they're like, I don't want to be on LinkedIn because it's not good enough. I only have 2 years of experience. Well, actually, no, they have six, sorry. But they're a mom. So for better 10 years, they worked for 4 years, and then 10 years they stopped, and now it's been 2 years they're working. And in my mind, I'm like, girl, it doesn't matter. Do you
And
get
she
me?
has more experience than anybody of us
Yes.
combined.
Yes. But she doesn't see it like that. She's like, no, no, no. And I'm like, okay, it's go through the process that you want, but keep in mind that you're hindering yourself. There are people who have 0 years of experience who are in uni, and you as well. You're in uni, right? Although you're doing amazing, a lot of stuff on the side, but you're in uni and you're putting yourself out there and seeing what sticks.
I actually don't, I haven't added my uni to my LinkedIn.
Fair enough. Fair
That's
enough.
because a lot of the times, such these things do end up like, okay, she's just a uni student.
I
Yeah,
agree.
so I'm like, you're not gonna know.
You're not gonna know
Who's
exactly.
gonna know?
Who's
Ask
gonna
me
know?
if you want to know.
Right? Reach out to me. Let's talk and discuss.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. So putting yourself out there definitely helps you improve yourself. I remember at the beginning of 2025, I was really scared of posting things on LinkedIn, especially projects. Basically, my laptop was a graveyard for my projects. I didn't even put them on GitHub, and if I put them on GitHub, they were like on private. That hindered me in the sense of I would do things and I would not get critiqued, so I would not get better. 2025, I said none of that. I'm going to deploy a website. I'm going to deploy my projects. I'm going to post on them on LinkedIn so that people can tell me, hey, this is good and this is bad and whatever. I kid you not, I would go to people with my laptop and be like, hey, look, this is what I saw. What do you think? Do you think this is good? And it was an uncomfortable thing in the sense of I felt like I'm boasting, like shufuni ana msawiya kavi, and it wasn't like that. And the most people did not perceive it as like that as well. They just perceived it as, oh, you're showing me this, and you're asking for my input. Do you get me? That means, oh, I matter, because and they did help me, and it did make me a better developer and stuff. It showed me how people perceive stuff, because when you're in your head and you're doing something, you do it 1, 2, 5. Do you get me? And you're missing the 3 and 4. Because, of course, you think they know. And then until someone comes and points it out, it's like, hey, why is this 1, 2, 5? Where's the 3 and 4? You're like, oh, well, I just assumed people would fill in the 3 and 4.
My
Assumptions.
dad, bless him,
Bless them.
whenever I used to like go and give an exam, and I have this habit because like neurodivergent, so we're jumping.
Yes,
we're
yes, we
jumping.
are.
And so what he would say is that I know you assume they know, but attempt the exam thinking that
they
you're
don't
teaching
know.
the other person.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, the other person knows nothing.
Nothing.
So
Yes.
how you're writing your exam, they should read it and they should know what you're talking about.
Yes. Very, very important information. That's very important. So for you, again, both our minds, they run like from 0 to 1,000. So in my mind, so if you guys are not reaching up to us, it's like, what's going on? What's happening? What did you miss out? Like that step was like 3,000 steps ago. We're here now. Catch up.
Yeah.
But not everyone thinks or is like that. So it's sort of slowing down and like seeing your gaps, okay, and having someone pointing them out and having them for you to fill them out. So that's very important. Keeping yourself out there, exposing your flaws, basically, because when it comes to code and coding, a lot of developers they're very protective about their whatever they're doing, the piece of code and whatever, because it's like for you defending, like for you, for example, critiquing a product that they develop is like you're critiquing themselves. And I had that for a while because I'm like, what do you mean that doesn't look nice? That's my baby right there. You assaulted my baby.
How dare you?
How dare you? What do you mean? But I had to learn, and okay, it's not a personal attack. It's them wanting me to improve. It's them saying, hey, this is good. It could be better. And me learning from that and being better. Because like information like that, that's not just work. That's just life. Do you get me? Every one of us, we put ourselves out there and someone might not like it. It might be a little bit rough for someone. And then someone would say, hey, try smoothing this out a little bit. Do you get me? And it's them doing that. And one of the things that I completely view it as, if someone tells you you're wrong, they love you. They absolutely love you and want the best for you. It's very easy for someone to look at what you did wrong and just, oh, they did that wrong. Oh, I won't speak up.
I have a story about that, but then off the camera.
Oh, okay. No.
But also on that record, I feel like criticism has, there are manners of criticism.
Yes.
The people who actually want good of you, they want you to be better, are not going to go around insulting you.
That's very true.
That's a massive difference. And
That's
that is
very,
something that you
very
need to
true.
be, self-aware enough
Yes.
to recognize which criticism is valid and which is not.
Very much true. Because someone who cares and is a valid criticism will come to their side and single you out and be like, hey, you did this ABC, 1, 2, 3. It's not the best look. Do better. Someone who absolutely does not care about you will go and blur it out to the world, will blur it out on social media, so and so, da 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 da. That's not it. And you wouldn't want to be around those people. You mentioned that you like putting out whatever you how do I word it? How did you word it, God? Putting yourself out, like, how did you word it?
I don't remember.
You worded it nicely in the sense of you being the good that you want to see in the world, basically, sort of like that. It's very true. The people that you keep around you, they have an absolute impact on you, positive or negative. For example, if you want to achieve a goal and you share it, which sometimes it's not the best to share with the people, but you just need that extra push. So you would go to your friend and be like, hey, I want to do this. And they break you, and they absolutely distract you, that's not it. Because then you doubt yourself and then you stop doing it. Because you know what? Because someone, compared to if you have someone who is like-minded and you tell them you want to do a goal and they push you, because guess what? Because they want to be the best as well. Just like how you want to be the best, they want to be the best as well. So for them to push you, it's like they're pushing themselves. Because what I realize is that people who want to be better, they want the people around them to be better as well.
True. صح.
Very
100%.
much. Very, very much. You find someone who's like, hey, I have a goal to reach. You have your goal. That's cool. I want us to be not just friends to sit around and hang around and gossip and da 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 da, but also to advance in our lives. So whatever I have, if you need it, here. Information, knowledge, resource, links, whatever that.
True.
Here. And it's going to be vice versa, because best believe the people, the true people, because there are some people who only want you to help them, but they will not help you. There are some people who, all of that. But finding the people that, that who help you and then you help them back as well. Because at the end of the day, you guys are not in competition. You guys could be in the same field. And you guys, I have friends, shout out to Mohammed, my little bro. He's in tech as well, and we're doing the same thing. And I kid you not, whenever we see each other, we are literally, what's it called? We're literally it's sort of competing in the sense of, oh, I did this. What did you do? What did you do? Do you get me?
Yes.
And it lit a fire, and I was like, oh, damn. He did that. I need to step up my game. Do you get me? I too need to be good. And it's not like, oh, I want to be good so that you're bad or whatever. I don't want to embarrass you. I want to be on your level. You get me? I want to be on your level. I want you to show, like, I want both of us to be good. I want us to be in that level in the sense of we're both good.
It's kind of like you're collaborating. You're not competing.
We're not competing at all.
Exactly.
We're not competing.
And I'm so grateful that I have friends around me that even if they don't have anything to add into what I'm doing,
Yes.
what they're gonna be like is good luck.
Good luck.
Or let me connect you with someone.
Right?
Oh, Hasib, one of my shout out to him.
Shout out to Hasib.
He helped me out with getting the guests. He was like, oh, he uses a camera. So he was like, "Khalas, let me just help you out.
There you go.
You're gonna film the trailer, you're gonna film the first episode.
There you
Sadly, he
go.
had to travel yesterday, but I will be there." Alicia, she was like, let me just help you guys out. I'll be behind the camera. I'm gonna be your producer,
Right?
like just like that.
Yes.
And it's back and forth.
It's back and forth.
You give good, multiplies, it's given
It gets
back.
given back. Absolutely true. So, having that community around you, as well as stepping back from the people who do not fit you, in the sense of they're not adding to you, in the sense of they're like, just, oh, why are you going to do this? Being just negative Nancy's. Do you get me? Learning to appreciate the people who are there for you in different ways or form, because people are there for you in your life in different ways, in different times, as well as and stepping back from the people who do not support you. That's a lesson that I had to learn last year. I lost a really good friend, in the sense of things changed and I just wasn't in. I just didn't matter to her. I just wasn't in part of her life anymore, and it was sad. But I was like, okay, you know what? Fair enough. I guess there are friendships that are friends for the moment, and they're there to complete a specific task. Whether it's connect, you good?
Yeah.
Whether it's connect you to a certain person, help you advance, or put you through, make you go through a negative experience so that you come out of it. Not everyone is there in your life for a reason. Everyone's there for a purpose. Some of them, it's amazing when they're there for 20 plus years and they share that life with you. It's beautiful. And it's also amazing when they're there for the moments. Because even though a bunch of friends, well, not a bunch, well, yeah, that friend that we're no longer in talks with, I still fondly remember the times that we're together. They still have a special place in my heart, even though they're not in my life anymore. Is it sad they're not in my life? Yes. But do I carry those memories with me and all the positive things that came with them? 1,000% yes.
I was talking to Sam recently about this very same thing. That some people, they're there for chapters. Some people, they're just there for a paragraph.
Yes.
And some people are there for you from the start till
Till
the
the
end.
end.
And you can't expect the people who are there for a chapter to be there with you forever.
That's true.
You can't push it.
You cannot.
Even if you do, you like a spark, it brilliants out.
Yes.
Some friendships are like that. I
Some
recently
people are like that.
lost a friend, you can say, because of the very same thing. Tried reaching out, I never heard back.
Yeah, losing
And
a friend really hurts.
Amazing time spent with her. And I'll forever, even if I see her right now, I'll be like, girl, love you.
Yeah.
But then at the very same time, I know that the new chapter that I have in my life,
It doesn't fit
it doesn't
it
fit
doesn't
the
fit
narrative anymore.
at
Does not.
all. Because at the end of the day, we're all evolving. Some people will evolve with you, others will evolve differently, and others will not evolve, simply not evolve. Do you get me?
Yeah.
The people that evolve with you and they're gonna be in your life. The people that evolve but differently, it was a chapter. It was like maybe some of them even a sentence, but they were there.
Yeah, the flower is gonna grow, but not in your garden.
Yes, definitely in someone's garden. They were there to make you better or for you to make them better for the next person, and that's completely fine.
Yeah. Okay. Now, getting back. Enough for the apps.
Right.
Okay. So, for students, do you suggest like them working for people who are graduating, who are still, because like when you're in uni, you're working on projects, right? But it's not as practical, you can say.
Yes.
The degree isn't as practical. So
A degree is only a degree until you actually work on it.
true.
Yes.
So would you like recommend them to go for like startups and to indulge themselves and learn, or like corporates?
Here's the thing. I wouldn't suggest okay. So there's different type of people in this world. There are the people who I want to advance, I want to learn, I want to be the best of the best. And there are people who, oh, I got a job. I'm thankful. I like the job, I'm gonna relax. And that's completely fine as well. For the people that are hungry, that want to better themselves, that want that challenge, that would simply get bored in the mundane, startups, I 1,000% recommend it. 100,000% recommend startups. And there are people who like the day to day. I like the 9 to 5. I go in and come out, my day is done. I do whatever I want to do. I like a steady, job, which I learn, I do advance, but it's just at a slower pace. I don't have to wear all the hats corporately. I personally have done, as you know, I've done both corporate and startup will still be, you know, my heart. And as a matter of fact, now I'm considering going back to startups as well. Because as lovely as corporate is, it's very mundane. For people who like a fast paced life, it's not the best for them. And that's obviously not the best for me. As happy as I am, as relaxed as I am, I miss the tension. I miss the, oh, we need to deploy. There's an issue. Oh, everyone get a call at 3 a.m. Let's figure it out because we're going to presenting tomorrow. I miss it. I miss the not knowing. I miss the, I don't want to say anxiety, but the pressure that you get like, oh, I got to do this, the deadline. I got to, like it's just a different kind of vibe.
Thrive in the chaos.
Thriving in the chaos. Yes. Absolutely. I miss the chaos. And for some people, that chaos is organized for them. The chaos is calming to them, and others, it's not. So, for someone who wants to learn, and then again, there is another path where people would would go through the tech startup way in order for them to reach the corporate, because with corporate life there is sense of like stability. Tech startup is not stable. I've had friends who weren't paid for like 3 4 months because the company wasn't making money, to get me. As well as tech startup is, I don't want to say it's not for the young people, but it's for the people with minimum responsibilities. You have very few responsibilities in your life. You want that uncertainty and all of that, do tech startup. And this doesn't mean someone who's more mature cannot do a tech startup. You can do it, but then that's up to you with your responsibility and all of that.
How do you prioritize and
Yes, because with tech startups, the what's it called? The gamble is big, but the reward is even bigger. With tech startups, it's very easy for you to get that hat to be like a senior and so forth and so on. I know a friend, well, not a friend, a co-worker, Hisham. Not the Hisham that you think, not you, the other one. There's two of them. He works in a company. I won't mention the company because it's very known. Now he's a senior data scientist, and I think he's my age or younger. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he's younger. Do you get me? He's a senior data scientist, and best believe I know for a fact. I've worked in both corporate and what's it called and startups, and the level of corporate, the startups that they're doing, the technical level is the same level and be a little bit beyond than corporate. I'm saying this from experience. I've seen the corporate life. I've seen behind the cape, and there's a big number of it because you're stuck doing the same thing, or you're stuck in that little that job description. You do sort of become narrow-minded. I'm choosing my word carefully here. You do become narrow-minded a little bit because you're needed to just do your job compared to when you're in a tech startup, you need to wear multiple hats. So you can be a data scientist, but you're involved from the end to end of a product. You get me? So you can understand the front end, you can understand the back end, you can understand the APIs, how it's going, the deployment, the CICM, like CICD, sorry, that's work. You can understand all of that because, hey, one person's sick, we need someone to take over. Or we need someone, can you help us figure this out? That's tech startup. Compared to when you're in corporate, everyone has a job, everyone does their job. There's very little intermingling of job descriptions or work because you're supposed to stay in your lane. So to me, again, if I were to hire someone who comes from startup life and corporate life, oh, startup easily, because I know what I'm getting. Because I know, first of all, I know the what's it called? That I know that they're able to reach deadlines. You set a deadline, they're able to reach it, even though with every project there's an issue and da 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 da, but they're more stern on reaching the deadlines. I know that if I put them here, I know, like, for example, I'm on a whim and I need, like, let's say a backend developer, or there's an issue with a deployment and we do not have that person at the moment. I know, let's say I'm working on it or I need someone's help. I need that, that back and forth. I can depend on them compared to someone who was in a traditional, like a boxed role, because the only thing they know is their role. And there's nothing wrong with you being good, you being a monolith in your role. But there are cases where you being multi knowledgeable, let's say, is best. And this is all depending on the person to person, their career. From my end, I want to know everything. I want to know ABC, XYZ, everything. I want to know, sure, from someone might see that and be like, okay, but you're not specialized in anything. You just know a little bit of everything. Fair enough. I do have my specialization, but I also, I can dip my toe in anywhere, as well as if you drop me in the middle of the ocean, I'll be able to surface. I'll be able to figure it out. And
It's
that's
how it
person to
goes.
person.
Jack
It's
of
how-
all trades, master of none, but still
Still,
better
then
than a
yes,
master of one.
that's very true.
We should use the whole quote.
Right.
Got beaten by it quite a
Really?
few times.
There you go.
Absolutely, because as someone who I love building stuff. I love building stuff. The moment things stabilize somewhere, I'm like, oh my god, I need to work on something new.
You get bored. You get bored.
I started Women in Tech. It took me quite a few times to get everything stable and all. And we're going through restructuring right now. And inshallah, I'll share more details.
Inshallah.
And then I was like,
Also,
"Alright,
girl,
it's
if you need a
getting-"
website, I'm here.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
hell
say
yeah.
less. I'm bored. I need something else.
And then Baynana came up.
Okay.
I can't go without learning new stuff and
There
doing
you
new
go.
stuff because I want to build.
Yes.
I have a vision and I want to put it out there. And I want to learn. I don't just want to, if like right now we're talking, it
Yes.
wasn't just, there was a lot of work that went through
The backend.
pre-production.
Yes.
Now that I'm here and I'm filming, I just, before you came, I was just talking to Mubarak, if he sees this, and I was like, explain to me how this works.
Right.
And so he
Because
taught
there's a
me.
lot of buttons and ups and down and stuff.
I was fascinated. I saw the
Right.
colors,
Right.
and I
Pretty
was
colors.
like, it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
And I learned how to use this thing.
There you go.
And he explained how to lower the volume and how to check where it's stored and everything.
There
And
you go.
now I know. The
Now
more
you
you know.
The more you know. That's because you never know where life is going to take you and what skills you're going to learn. You really never know.
Never know.
You start now little. Who knows? 5 years from now, someone, hey, we need someone who can do setup. Aisha's there. She's like, oh, I have a little bit of background. I know. I can help. There you
And
go.
صح, yes, absolutely. And also, like, I'm the epitome of uncertainty in my life. I got into the second biggest business school in Karachi, and then I ended
There
up
you
here.
Oh, God. There you go.
And yeah,
That's crazy. First of all.
it's like, this is how things change. And as you said earlier, like, you never know. It's like the night goes by and your life is
It's flipped.
absolutely.
Upside down. Like, one thing about life is that it is long and boring. Like, the days are long, but the years are short. I read that somewhere, and I'm like, oh my God, that's true. Because on a day to day, you go through things, and you're like, oh, man, when is this gonna end? This is so long. This is da 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 da. But then when you look at a year, like right now, it was 2025. You're like, we're December. This is January. What happened? What happened? Do you get me? So you really never know. So staying steady and basically just staying ready so that you don't have to get ready.
It's staying
important.
stagnant. It's,
Oof. Yes.
you stay stagnant, like, water, it stays stagnant.
yeah,
It reeks.
it reeks. It doesn't. It's harmful. Like everything in your life, like everything, things need to move. Things need to evolve. There's nothing in this world that did not evolve from something.
Definitely.
Even if something that's reached its final quote unquote evolution stage, there were multiple like what's it called versions of it. For example, like this microphone right now.
Yeah.
It didn't start like this.
The lights, the bulbs,
Lights, cameras, everything, all of
everything.
that. I was watching a video of how they were filming back then. Like they had like actual physical like microphones and they had to cut tapes and stuff. Now you can just do it. Oh, everything in post edit. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
But
you put an
before,
SD card and خلاص, it's done.
خلاص, done. You see, it wasn't
Done.
like that before. So everything evolves. Everything to reach its final stages is just evolving.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually forgot what we're going to talk about next.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Okay. All right, let's talk about AI.
Oh God.
You're a data science.
Yes,
You're a
I-
data scientist, and why not an AI engineer?
Because I don't like the AI buzzword thing. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't like it. I prefer data science because that's less buzzy. Okay. Now, as someone who's in tech and someone who is in the AI data space, I absolutely despise the buzzword AI, like the word AI. I've heard it so much, being mentioned so much, being explained by people who do not know the background of it, to the point that now I'm like, I'm not gonna add that to my bio. Even though it's sort of like now it's like the hot cake. It's like the hot cake in town, but I still wouldn't add it because it's just a buzzword that I really don't like, and I do believe that this AI bubble is gonna pop, and we're gonna go back to like the mundane. Is we're not gonna go back to the originally how things were, but we are gonna go back to like sort of reach an equilibrium, because right now the pendulum is swinging too far to the right or left or whatever to the AI bubble. Every time you open a tool, every time you open a software, there's a chatbot in it.
Notion does
No,
not need an AI.
at all. Why?
Pinterest does not need AI.
It does
It
not.
it does not. I hate the fact that, for example, for Instagram, you open it up and you see like all of these AI memes and everything, and
Yes.
people were done, and now it's like 2026 is the new 2016 because we
Yes.
do not want this anymore.
We do not want this anymore. Why does WhatsApp gotta have Meta AI? Why?
I get annoyed when I'm trying to open something and Meta AI opens up.
Exactly. I don't need you. I don't want you. Why are you there? Do you get me? It's sort of the same thing as the dot-com bubble in the early 2000s, where everyone was getting a website just for the sake of getting a website. Hey, look, we have a website. We have a .com. Do you get me? And then it swung so far, and then it became back to an equilibrium where I do admit that AI is changing. It's gonna change. I vividly remember when ChatGPT was first released. It was well, I think it was released before that, but when I was introduced, it was around I think 2022, if I'm correct. Yes, 2022, October, November, December. That's when I was released. And I was like, okay, fair. This is one thing. 2023 comes, boom. Everyone, ChatGPT this, ChatGPT that, da 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 da. And now you have so many. Now you have Gemini, you have DeepSeek, you have Manus, you have Perplexities, other things that I don't even know.
What?
Do you get me?
Yeah.
I do see the benefit. I do see it as, oh, this is innovative, but it's just too much of it. It's just gonna be everywhere and we're gonna filter out all the fat. We're gonna trim all the fat so we give it back to like a proper equilibrium where it's used to where it's needed, not because oh we're data forward. We're da 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 da. Here's AI. You get me? Not that.
You look at YC startups and it's everything AI. AI this,
AI.
AI that.
That ChatGPT wrapper, basically. Like a lot of like a number of like YC startups, they're like ChatGPT wrapper, and I'm like, bro, okay, but ChatGPT adds that in, and your company is doomed.
It's doomed.
Do you get me? I remember I was watching a video about infrastructure in I think like African startups. Okay, so they were using Amazon infrastructure, completely fine, all good. They were going well up until Amazon decided, you know what, that product that you guys are building, you guys are using infrastructure. We're gonna build the same product to compete with you guys. Do you get me?
And they're gone.
And they're gone. How can you compete with Amazon when they decide, you're using the same infrastructure that they are? So they're like, okay, we're just going to steal your idea and replicate it. And we have billions of funding. You can't do anything. You get me? So one of the solution is for them was that they're like, okay, so now we need to start our own infrastructure. Something as little as that is sort of an eye opening. To me, that was really much of an eye opening in the sense of, if you do not own something, then someone else can come, and if you're depending on someone else, that infrastructure for yourself, then essentially you're giving up yourself. You're making yourself vulnerable, in that sense.
When your land is borrowed, how's the building gonna stand?
There you go. How's the building is gonna stand? So learning how to, again, this is not me saying, oh, build everything from scratch, but do not depend so much on something that's not yours. Do you get me? Like using a ChatGPT wrapper, that's not yours because ChatGPT can decide to add it in. Utilizing ChatGPT for your solutions, that's fine. That's something better. Do you get me? Because then, for example, like the company would not be like, does not have a monopoly in the sense of saying, okay, we choose to increase the pricing. We choose to do whatever. We can simply say, hey, we don't want you to use our product anymore. It's them. They own the product. You're utilizing. No matter how much money you're buying, they can just say, this is mine now. Bye. So it's that. I don't know if you're going to cut that out, if that's too...
No.
Okay.
It's good.
Fair enough. Okay.
Controversial.
Right? I mean...
Gonna make the charts.
Right?
Okay. But let's talk about Qaaflah Tech though.
Oh, my baby.
Yeah, let's talk about your baby.
Right? So my baby, Qaaflah Tech. Qaaflah Tech, we're Uber for trucks. Originally, I came in as a founder because they needed a back end. I wasn't one of the founding members, but I became a founding member through my brain or whatever.
Let's go.
Okay, this idea was started by our CEO, essentially. There was a point in his life before he got a job, he was delivering. He was delivering stuff from Muscat to Sinao and all of that. And he saw the issue of not having something that's reliable in the market to support you delivering from point A to point B. Okay, let's take, for example, I'm moving houses. This is like the most mundane example that we have out there. I'm moving houses from one place to another. How am I going to move my stuff? I don't have a big truck, okay? Maybe no one in my family has a big truck. How am I going to move stuff? You'd simply go into any area or any area essentially and see whoever's there and trust your stuff on that person that they would reach from point A to point B. Do you get me? And there's nothing wrong with that in the sense of outsourcing, but where's the trust being built between the customer and the driver? Because the driver can do their end as well, but some of them choose not to pay, or you haven't agreed on price, and then the customer is like, I don't want to pay that. I'm going to give you this. What are you going to do? Who is the driver going to go back to? As well as if the driver, let's say, decides not to take long because you do not know exactly where they are. There's no way of you tracking and knowing how is it going to reach. Do you get me? Or the driver can choose to do whatever they want. The customer is not protected in the sense. So that's where the solution comes from. Qaaflah Tech, Uber for trucks. You have two applications, one for the driver, one for the customer. You want shipment, anything that requires a large-scale truck to be moved from one place to another. You have an application, you set the timer, agreed upon pricing, done. The driver comes, takes the thing. As a customer, you're able to track exactly where the driver is right now. You're able to estimate when would the customer come because let's say, for example, we all have busy lives. No one's at home, da-da-da-da-da. You're able to maneuver all of that by simply knowing, hey, in 20 minutes, the driver's going to be in your way. So make sure you're at home. Do you get me? As well as there's no hidden cost, no hidden fee. You pay for what you agreed upon. Do you get me? And so it's a platform that empowers both the individual, the independent, pardon me, the independent drivers to be more, what's the word? Our CEO can word it way better than I am. Essentially empowering the independent driver as well as the consumer, as well as giving trust to the consumer for what they're utilizing. Yes.
Amazing. Okay, we have a rapid fire.
Oh.
We have a rapid fire.
Oh.
Let's go.
I didn't know about this.
I actually kind of like didn't write it down. So.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so what is, and you can't think. You just have to.
Oh,
answer
God.
me.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Nervous.
On your toes.
On my toes.
One app that you open every single day it cannot be like
TikTok.
work related. Ooh, you're on TikTok?
I'm a TikTok girly. I do not have
Ooh.
Instagram. I don't have Snapchat. I don't have everything. TikTok, second thing, Pinterest.
I live
This
on
is for
Pinterest.
this, right? And this is me when I want inspiration. I know people say TikTok or brain rot, da 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 da, but I kid you not, I learned a couple of stuff. Again, with social media, it's how you utilize it. Do you get me? If you want to just doom scroll and watch AI generated memes, there you go, and brain rot. But if you want to utilize to learn stuff and all of that, there you go.
Your algorithm reflects you.
Your algorithm affects you. And thirdly is, of course, something that we both like, Substack.
Absolutely.
Right?
Substack recommended to everybody who loves to read and loves long form content.
Long and slow form content.
Yes, and getting to hear people's perspectives.
Yes.
Amazing.
I really love hearing people's perspective because it opens you up into the way of to see things and think and all of that. And that's something that everyone needs. Because, again, a lot of people that I've met, well, there's a number of people that I've met that have one way of thinking. And because I know this is like a rapid fire and I'm trying to discuss, I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
A lot of people, I'm gonna give it fast. A lot of people have one way of thinking and they do not know or they're not educated enough in thinking different ways because that wasn't exposed to them. Absolutely. Okay. The second question.
Okay, what is your favorite programming language?
Python.
Python.
I'm a
Let's
Python
go.
babes. Yes.
Python, I love it. I'm learning it right now,
Yeah.
and I love it.
There you go.
Okay, what is one piece of tech advice you would delete from the internet, like gone forever?
Okay. Utilizing AI to learn. Let me elaborate.
Yes.
Let me
Cook.
elaborate. Okay. Now, I kid you not. I will not disclose. I've seen people learning how to code. And let's say you have a question where there's like missing code. Okay. Da 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 da. Here's the code. Da 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 da. People would just take that question, plop it into ChatGPT, export the answer, and run it. Did you learn how to solve it? Do you understand the logic behind it? Do you know the reason why that was chosen? Do you know the reason why it's running? Now, I love using AI to learn, but I'm not learning it that way. I'm using it to break down complex ideas. Let's say, for example, you didn't understand my favorite prompt. Explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Favorite prompt at all. And if you don't understand it, you're like, okay, use another terminology. That's how you're supposed to use it, not just simply get the answers. Because by doing that, you're not learning anything. Do you get me? You're just plopping in, you just want a grade. And I'm very saddened to hear that some students are using it like that.
Girl.
I had a conversation with CS students and I was like, are you guys well? Is this the level that we are on?
Wallahi Azim, I can bet, because when I'm looking at discussion posts, yeah, so discussion posts references, links,
Yes.
XXXX. I'm like, you guys didn't even try
Oh my God.
to edit it?
At all?
You guys didn't even look at the link and check the links if they're valid even?
At all? Because AI hallucination will send you to a random link, steal your information. Whatever.
openstacks.com/xxx/x. Like,
Are you serious?
there is a saying in Urdu. It goes, "Naql ke liye aql ki zarurat hoti hai," which means that to cheat you need a brain. Like,
I love that. What do you mean? To cheat, you need. I'm gonna be using that. I cannot say it in Urdu, but the English version, I love that. To cheat, you need to use your brain. Yes, you do. AI should not think for you. If I don't know how long this podcast is, whatever you heard, whatever you discard everything. AI should not think for you. It should assist you. Not think, assist.
AI is you're helping AI replace your brain.
Literally. And it's turning your brain into mush
It is.
because you're not using your brain. I know people that with every single thing, every question, whatever, let me just ask ChatGPT.
and
Google
even
is
with
right
Google,
there.
and even with Google, you have AI.
You have the AI, which absolutely I dislike.
Exactly.
I
I want to
wanna-
look at the articles.
I want to look at the articles. It's like these, we're being enabled to not use our brain. And now we have to actively fight against it to use it, which is something that is really not the best.
Yeah, recently I'm currently going through a book. It's called Think Like a Computer. And basically like going through programming languages and the basics and everything. And I'm glad, and I got this idea after you shared that you learned programming and all of this stuff while reading books.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so
Yes.
I'm like, I haven't read those books, and they have so much knowledge, so much
Yes.
condensed knowledge. It's at one place that I am grateful to whoever wrote that book.
Absolutely. Because here's the thing as well. I use books as well as what's it called? I use books as well as I use YouTube. Like you get me? Like I build projects. With the books, it teaches you the reasoning, why this happened, why ABC. And with building projects, you get that confidence to connect everything and build something that you can see. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So those two pair so beautifully. So beautifully.
And try not to get into the tutorial hellhole because
Yes.
then you'll keep following tutorials and never learn how
Yes.
to do it on your own. So that is something that students really need to focus on.
Yes. By getting out of a tutorial hellhole is by actually doing a project. You learn something, you do not go into another tutorial until you build something. And then you have it on your GitHub. And then you post about it on LinkedIn because exposure is very important. People need to know what you know. Yes.
And then last one, build fast or build right.
Build right. Easy. Build right. That's what I'm doing with Qaaflah Tech as well. Build right. Because when you build right, you don't have to go back and rebuild. You build fast, which is a lot of
The AI.
yes, that's promoting
Vibe coding.
Vibe. Oh my God. Don't be a vibe coder, please. Learn what you're doing. By building fast, you're absolutely skipping the fundamentals understanding of how the thing works. And trust me, 5-6 years from now, you're gonna have vibe coder specialist in the sense of they go back and they redo whatever mumbo jumbo the code, like vibe code fixers or whatever. Actually, I saw this and I shared it with a friend of mine. Let me look. It was funny because on LinkedIn already people started writing vibe coder fixer or something like that.
Vibe coder fixer.
Something like that.
They're fixing what you guys did.
They're literally fixing what you guys did because it goes back. Do you get me? No matter how good things get, it'll always go because with AI and stuff, how does it learn? How was it taught? How was it trained? On human data, on whatever we do. And whenever we use generated, I don't want to say garbage, but something that's not the best, and you're feeding it into it, it's going to regurgitate the same trash.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I saw this AI company, I'm not sure if it's Microsoft, they acquired GitHub.
Oh, Microsoft.
Oh, yeah.
Microsoft, yes.
Yeah. And I'm like, really?
Yes, I do not like it. Chris. Yes. So by you, so basically you're using these tools that are trained on lesser quality data compared to when it first launched. The quality of data was better. Why? Because it was human generated, it was human thought. Do you get me? Someone had to sit there and figure out why is this the best solution for them to publish, even though that doesn't negate the fact that, oh, there's no one there that posted something that was less than smart. There are, but the good surpasses the, I don't want to say trash again, but surpasses the trash. Do you get me? So even with writing, even with poetry, that's why with AI, a lot of the art is just regurgitated stuff. Do you get me? Because it cannot think freely, independently at all. It can mimic. It cannot create. AI cannot create anything from scratch. It can mimic. Yes.
That's a quote. Okay. Lastly, to kind of like going towards the end, what is something that you, if you had the chance to build anything, what is something that you're gonna build?
I'll build anything in the world. Like, is it a software or like a machine?
Anything.
Anything. Okay. I'm fascinated with history. Okay, so I'm not saying a time machine, but something that would help us understand how people back then thought. Or something that can exactly explain to us, like give us knowledge of the past. Like, for example, the Library of Alexandria was burned. Crazy amount of knowledge.
Damascus.
Crazy amount of knowledge. The ancient Egyptians and all of that, they amazing stuff. Do you get me?
The scholars in Cordoba, Al-Andalus. Oh my God.
Do you see that? A lot of knowledge has been buried and or burned and so forth and so on. So I would love to get that back. I would absolutely love to get that back because again, we have to learn from our past. Do you get me? We learn from each other. We learn from our past so that our future is better. I'm not gonna bring it anything political, but there are a few stuff that are being repetitive that from the past, so we have to learn from them. Ancient knowledge, people that have gone through it. Oh my God, I'm just thinking about the inventions, thinking about, for example, like the Greek eternal fire, even though that's not a good
Nikola Tesla. I want to see his work.
Please. I want to understand. My second question is, why were you married to a bird? A great man. What's it called? 369? And all of that, the universe and all of that, I want to know. I really want to know. Again, why a bird? But we digress. All of those amazing people, all of those like amazing minds, I want to go back. I want to learn from them.
Eventually, like even in prophetic times. Oh my God.
Oh my! Don't even start with me. Don't even start with me with that. That's one thing that I'm like, okay.
I want to know how their brains operate.
I wanna see what they saw, because like I keep on thinking about, for example, Yusuf, how he had a dream that the Kokab, they were bowing to him. Do you get me? First of all, for you, a normal human, because they were all human, they weren't magical. God bestowed that thing on them, but they were human. For you to sort of believe in something, and how do I explain it?
Carry that belief.
For example, like with Sayyidina, like Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, when he got that لما نزل عليه الوحي, there was a time that he didn't get anything from God, to the point that it's like, has God forsaken me? Do you get me? Imagine getting this heavy knowledge to the point that you're trembling and shaking and sweating because you cannot handle it. And then that creator, or the person, that creator that sent it to you, nothing. How do you know that? Do you get me? Did I do something wrong? Whatever am I thinking, is this right? Did I, like, that
The
to me,
uncertainty.
because last thing you would want is to do something, because one of the quote that it's a Quranic quote. I do not know. I don't know how to quote it perfectly, but it says it was talking to certain people and they were saying, why are you guys doing this? You guys are ruining Earth. And then they're replying, we're not ruining Earth, we're fixing it. But in reality, they were ruining it. Do you get me?
Yeah.
For you to know that, hey, I'm doing something and this is for the betterment of people, because at the end of the day, no matter how many inventions, for example, we have, like, for example, like the Nobel Peace Prize, the reason we have it was because of the bomb that was created by, I
The
can't,
nuclear.
the nuclear bomb. Yes, do you get
Yeah,
me?
from Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki. At some point, when someone created something, they did not intend for it to be a human destruction, the way of destruction. You get me? Sure, it got to that point, but in the initial creation of something, no one would truly create something that would be, that evil. It evolved, but initially. So you having that, like, hey, this is the truth. This is the, and going to people who, because there was some point, sure, you had some followers. At one point, it was the whole world against you. Do you get me? And you being like, no, 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 this is right. This is the truth. And I'm sure Hada and Rabna, where they gave them that confidence as well. But do you get me? At the end of the day, they were still human. They had human parts. They had fears. They had, they were human. So that, to me, that's crazy.
Truly.
Do you get
Definitely.
me? That's crazy. I would like to see, or a vision, Noah parting the Red Sea as well. I would like that. I would like to know all the miracles, like again,
Noah's ship with all of those
with all of that. There is
species.
everything. There was even like a tribe, I think, or something, like a village. They were like, hey, when someone came and said, I am the true, like, believe in God, da 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 da, I'm nothing, da da. God is true God, and they're like, we don't believe you. If bring us a miracle, bring us a cow that's yellow, blonde. Yeah, but in Quran it said safra.
Oh,
So
that's
yellow.
I think a cow or like a camel out of the
A ca-
mountain.
Something, either a cow or camel that was yellow from out of the mountains.
Yeah, it's Thamud, Al Thamud. It was Salih alayhi salam.
Alayhi salatu wasalam. Okay, it was that. Do you get me? See, now we have science that we're like, oh, that's just simply loss of pigmentation. And for them, that was something new that wasn't there. Do you get me? So for you to see that, and we have so many things that we get that's backed by science, but before we didn't have that. We didn't have that at all.
Belief without looking at it.
That is crazy. Like, for them, that was the ultimate test of belief, because right now we have science to back it up. We can see, oh, a human being created, it's a mixture of one thing and another bunch of cells going on. Do you get me? But before, it wasn't that. And even with the thing that I think of, that says that God is closest to us more than your jugular, basically.
Yes.
I think of that often, because with us humans, we tend to have, like, not the best thoughts with people, even with ourselves as well. So, and if someone were to hear our minds, we would be embarrassed. You get me?
So it's like
Yes.
such a massive thing that we're not accountable for our thoughts.
Yes, thank God we're not accountable for our thoughts. So to have God, you, like, hear you say something negative about yourself or someone else, that is. But as well as you see it as a merciful way, in the sense that He's there, He's close to you. Even though sometimes it can be hard, because you, like, you have that, because you're human. You're like, we had a conversation, again, this is all tied up, where they were talking about people of the Jews, the Jerusalem. My friend mentioned they're like, a bunch of Sahaba were sent to them, but they withstood the test of time, in the sense of they're like, no, we are right, you are wrong. Do you get me? Now, think of it from their point of view. Someone is trying to tell them, hey, your beliefs is wrong, but they're like, no, we're going to stand in our beliefs, is so wrong. Meanwhile, from the other point of view, is someone trying to save them, be like, hey, you guys are wrong, you get me? So it's those two contradicting things we're seeing. Okay, trying to figure out, for you as a person, like, that's like, what is right exactly? Do you get me? Because you do get that sense of doubt a little bit, and like, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm not? But then you look around and you read and you understand, you're like, okay, but it's still sort of in the background, because if we do not question ourselves, I think one of the beauty of Islam is like we do have that leeway to question things and look at things in the sense of, do you get me? Like, I kid you not, I can look at like a plant or a bird and all of that. I don't know if you see birds like migrating together and you're like, whoa, someone thought of that. Like, how is that? And someone thought of that to
And the
create that.
fact that like we're encouraged.
Yes.
This, you know how many times Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran that all of these things, they were created so that you think,
Yes.
so that you ponder.
Yes, so that you see, you pontificate upon them. Like وَبَنَيْنَا سَبْعَ سَمَاوَاتٍ, I can't remember the rest of it, sorry. But that, back then, what do you mean we have 7 skies? Science proved that we do actually have, so we have the atmospheric, I don't know the names,
Yeah.
you get me? But we do have that. What else? Even like, what's it called? Eclipse and all of that. It was way before. To them, it was something, like I think of whenever like earthquakes in the ancient Grecian, they used to think like frogs were inside the earth. They were jumping up and down. Huge frogs. So that's why the earth was like, do you get me?
Earthquakes?
Yes, earthquakes, literally. They thought like huge frogs were like jumping up and down somewhere inside the earth. That's their justification. Because again, when you imagine being thrown in this planet and you have all these natural things that are going on and you don't have any logical explanation. So your brain is trying to come up with something. And frogs make sense. Yeah, and frogs do make sense. Like I think about how وَخَلَقْنَاكُمْ ذَكَرًا وَأُنثَى.
Yeah.
Do you get me? In everything. I try to look for stuff and you look, even in technology and everything, you have a negative and a positive. Do you get me?
Matter and antimatter.
There you go. Matter and time. Everything is in two. Do you get me? Flowers, like you have plants that are male and female. Fruits that you eat, like capsicum, the ones that's 4, I think, is a female. The one that's 3 is like a. Do you get me? It's crazy.
It is amazing.
It's
Oh my
all
God, such a good discussion. Wallah. But just to wrap everything up.
Yes.
Just to wrap everything up,
Yeah.
we have our recurring questions that we're gonna
Awesome.
ask every guest.
Mhm.
If you had to guide someone like one step ahead of where you once used to be, what would be the advice that you give them? Anything.
Oh, that's good. Let me think about it. To guide them in one step that I used to be. Oof. An advice, basically.
Yes.
Oh, God. I had an advice, but I forgot. Okay. I'll give you an advice that I tell people from my mentors. Because, okay, your model is as good as your data. I know this is a technical advice, but you can see it as the information that you have is more important than anything, that's out there that you're trying to build. If that makes sort of
Kind
sense.
of like, whatever you take in, quality of that
Yes,
affects who you are.
affects who you are. There you go.
It's like, you are whatever you consume.
Yes, you are with you. I am, therefore I create, or I am, therefore I consume. I do, and so forth and so on. So whatever information you have that is not like it's only as good as your information. You want what's it called, a community that helps you, that supports you in all of that. How do you get that? By you starting yourself.
Be the building block.
Be the building block. There you go. Thank you for the for the guidance. I appreciate it. Yeah.
You have to, like when you can't find something, create
Start
that.
it. There you go.
Build that. And that is why
And
we're
you're a
here
true
at
testament
Baynana.
to that. Absolutely.
That's why we're here at Baynana, because our motto, I don't know if I want to end it like this, it's cheesy, but this is Baynana, and let's build something.
Let's build something.
Let's build something.
Lovely.
Well,
There you go.
Cut.
X. Done.